Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video on this cold as balls Sunday afternoon, the 1st of December, and the greatest month in the world has begun, December the 1st, 2024. Thank you all for watching right here on Metal God 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now. Alright, not going to go into a bunch of BS right now, but it is week 13 in the NFL and the league where they play for pay. Jets are actually winning the game. Yay! Jets are playing the Seahawks, winning 21-16. They just stopped them on 4th and goal. So there is some hope, Niner fans. There is some hope. Arizona was winning 9-6 against the Fight Queers. But see how that game goes. That's going to be a very interesting game. If the Arizona loses and the Rams lose, the Niners win. They're not back in first place, but they're right in the thick of things in the NFC West. But we'll see how things shake up at the end of the day, with the Niners playing tonight in snowy as fuck Buffalo, New York, Gene, on prime time, Sunday Night Football. Well, we got that. But amidst all that, hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Back to work tomorrow for for everybody, basically, including myself. But hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend. You had a good meal. You had some leftovers. If you got any left, finish them off. But see what happens with that. But like I said, it is the start of the holiday season. The greatest month in the world has begun. We are 3 weeks away from Christmas and level 48. 4 weeks away, pretty much 30 days away from right now. We're 30 days, 8 hours, and 52 and a change minutes away from 2025. So, it's going to be a very quick month. Because by the time you blink, it'll be Christmas and New Year's. And then 2025. And that's pretty much it. I will be here for the entire month. And maybe, hopefully, through 2025. But we'll see what happens with that. Because things change. But I'll update you guys what's going on with me as we get closer and closer to 2025 and a little bit after that. But I will be, for you wrestling fans out there, I will be here for Deadline this coming Saturday night, World's End as well, Christmas, New Year's, and for a little bit of 2025, I definitely be here for Wrestle Kingdom 19 and also Wrestle Dynasty the next night, and then after that gets a little dicey. We'll see, but I'm pretty confident I'll be keep going through most of 2025. But we'll see. We'll see, because things change. You know, like in wrestling, cards subject to change. I hate doing it at the last minute, but we'll see what happens by the time we hit January the 1st, 2025. Anyway, enough of the bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Metal God channel on this Sunday afternoon, December the 1st, 2024. We got some sad news in the world of heavy metal. Well, not so much heavy metal, but they're in the genre, per se, but we have some sad news to report. This happened yesterday. If you follow My Chemical Romance, are they still around? I think they're still around. I haven't followed them since the Black Parade, which wasn't two good songs. And then after that, they didn't really give two fucks. But anyway, one of the members of the mighty My Chemical Romance, Bob BRYAR, who was the drummer for My Chemical Romance from 2004, when it kind of started, to 2014, has passed away. Yesterday, TMZ reported it. Law enforcement sources told TMZ BRYAR was found dead in his Tennessee home Tuesday after last being seen alive November the 4th. It's almost a month ago. So I don't know why this story came to light now, but But that's that. So Bob BRYAR has passed away. Does that have his age? Oh, 44. So he had passed away at the tender age of 44. A couple years younger than me. But sad news report for in the world of music. You hate to hear about people passing away, whether it be young people or like people like Lemmy, people like Chester Bennington. He wasn't a young guy, but still. You know, and guys like that, Neil Peart, not Peart, Peart of Rush, Scott Weiland, you know, Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, people like that. We lost a lot of people. Eddie Van Halen a couple years ago. I met Wolfgang, by the way. Great kid, great guy. But I digress on that. But anyway, there is no foul play suspected in Bob BRYAR's sad untimely passing, because all BRYAR's weapons and music equipment in the home were left untouched. So it could be natural causes, it could be an unknown illness, who knows. Anyway, animal control even came to the house after the body, which we're told was barely decomposed. Well, I guess nobody knew he was dead. I don't know. But anyway, it was barely decomposed. It was discovered and took 2 dogs away. Damn. They probably were eating his carcass. That's not great, man. Anyway, the medical examiner is investigating the cause of death. So we don't know officially what happened. But hopefully we'll find out in the coming days with the autopsy report. But anyway, a little bit of backstory. BRYAR first met My Chemical Romance crew while they were on tour with the Used. Oh, that mighty band. He was the lead singer, used to date Kelly Osbourne. How did that end? Ha! What's his name? Bert? Bert! Kelly, Bert is an asshole! Yeah, he is. He was. I didn't say is. He was. Probably still is. Who knows at this point. Used or garbage band as it is anyway. But I digress. Anyway, so he met them in 2004 on tour with the Used. Officially replaced Matt. I'm going to have a hard time with this name. Pellissier. Hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Shortly after they released their album 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, he played drums on that great hit album, The Black Parade. Probably the greatest album ever. Wrote songs for the follow-up, Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. Never heard that one. Anyway, and before that was released, BRYAR left the group, working with other bands over the next few years before announcing he was transitioning from the music industry into real estate. How can you leave music to go into real estate? The fuck, man? Don't get me started with that, because there's a lot of musicians that kind of like said, fuck music, and I'm going to go to do something else. Not so much Daniel Jones of Silverchair. Remember the great mighty Silverchair? Daniel Jones kind of left the business after doing his solo work, and he's like, I'm done. I'm working on my art. That's nothing, but still. He's making good stuff. Have you seen the documentary? It was a couple years ago. He did a documentary, kind of promoting his, I think his final album, his solo album, which is amazing, by the way. And he's like, I needed to get away from, I can't do music anymore. People would think his Silverchair was going to reunite again. That may or may not ever happen. Because Daniel Jones is kind of sick of the fame and everything, You know how it is with all these bands. They get hot, and then they start sinking down, and then like, we gotta break up. They break up for about 5-10 years, and then let's try to get the band back together. Maybe it'll work out. Kind of like Creed right now. They're red hot right now on their tour, 25th anniversary tour, the reunion tour, whatever you want to call it. But they are selling out. They're like, Scott Stapp is sober. Finally, he's been a couple of years sober now, which is great. And there goes a big truck. But anyway. But, yeah, Creed is doing some good shit right now. I assume, Scott Stapp's, is doing some, his, relationship with Mark Tremonti and the rest of the band is, I guess, is starting to get better. I don't know if there's gonna be a new album coming out. Because you know how these bands, they reunite, and then, like, they tour, the tour is successful, and they're like, hey, let's form an album! Why not? Let's see how that goes. And then sometimes it doesn't work out so well. Poison. Yeah, Poison is doing another Greatest Hits tour, and I did read, I don't know if it's actually true, take it for what it's worth, ask Bret Michaels yourself, but Bret Michaels said that after this tour, there's not going to be any, at first there was going to be a new album of new stuff from Poison. Now, not getting that. This tour is done. Poison is done after this tour. I'm like, oh, great. I mean, not all 80s bands can tour forever, Kiss, but I mean, Def Leppard's still touring with their new album. It's been, like 2 years now? They're still doing a stadium tour with Journey, and now they did it with Styx. Motley Crue comes back with John 5. They have a new album out, which... They have a song called Dogs of War. Not that Dogs of War from Pink Floyd, but... Not a great song, but, I mean, they had a successful tour with Poison and, the 80s tour with Joan Jett and Def Leppard. Pretty good stadium tour. But who knows what's happening now, if they're going to even record any new music anymore. I don't know. But, Jeff Tate of the mighty Queensryche hanging it up. Because he's old. But, even Alice Cooper's still going around. He's like almost 80 years old. Rocking out with his, out, But, there's a lot of 80s bands that are just keep going and going and going. Skid Row, even though they're kind of 80s/90s band. Not the same lead singer, of course. We all know that. They'll never reunite with Sebastian Bach, and Sebastian Bach solo is freaking epic. Rat still going on with Stephen Pearcy's version of Rat. Warrant is still around with, not Janie Lane, who passed away many moons ago. Sick. Sad that he got fat, he was on drugs, then he was off drugs, he was on that metal show, the last actual appearance that we seen of him, and then next thing you know, he's dead. Ugh, what could have been with Warrant if Janie Lane would have got actually healthy? We could have seen Janie Lane back in Warrant. Who knows? But, Winger, I don't know if Winger, I think Winger still does some festivals here and there, those 80s nostalgia festivals that come around. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, Poison is doing another tour next year with their greatest hits. I mean, how many times you gotta do a greatest hits tour? I mean, we want some new stuff here, man. I know it's nostalgia. I like to hear all the old stuff, with a little, new improvisations from C.C. DeVille and it's always nice to hear Every Rose Has Its Thorn, but how many times am I gonna hear it, Every year is the same thing. It's like the SATs. You know what I mean? I've seen it about 15,000 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. But I digress. But anyway, minus all that. Yeah, so he left the group to work with other bands, and then he went into the real estate industry. Like, that's gonna work out. But anyway, and then in 2020, he appeared at a remembrance for, and wrote about late Rush drummer Neil Peart, talking about his childhood love and subsequent friendship with the drummer. And then, since leaving the group, BRYAR has people online after admitting, I don't know, TMZ's, they can't even type correctly, he admitted that he experienced suicidal thoughts multiple times since leaving the band. Uh-oh, that's not good. That might be a precursor to what actually might have happened, but cops saying no foul play, even though his weapons and nothing was touched. So you can probably rule out homicide or murder, who knows. But anyway, My Chemical Romance is still around. It's supposed to go on tour next year. Bob was not part of the group coming back to play, and he is the longest tenured drummer in band history. So that's pretty much it for that. So, yeah, so sad news report in the world of music. Bob BRYAR, former drummer of My Chemical Romance, passes away at 44 yesterday. But we still don't know a cause of death as of right now. But no foul play, even though he had weapons in his house. So, who knows what might have happened. And I'm surprised that this came to light almost a month after he died. It's like, why didn't you tell us a month ago when he actually died? It makes no sense to me sometimes. Sometimes you're like, hey, whatever happened to that guy? You know, when that metal show used to have a segment called Whatever Happened to... When they actually found people, like Jake E. Lee. Everyone was like, what happened to Jake E. Lee? Did he, like, fall off the face of the earth? No, he just didn't want to do music anymore, and then he found him, and he couldn't even pick... I think when it was on that metal show, when he found him, when he was starting back up in music with the Red... damn, what's the name of the fucking band he was in? Red Dragon Cartel, and then he was in another band before that, I think. He was like, I didn't pick up the guitar for like 5-6 years. But he looks good. He feels good. Picking up that electric twanger. Still playing those great Ozzy tunes, which some of them he wrote. Still hasn't got the royalties there, Sharon Osbourne. That's another story for another time. But he looks great. You know, a couple of good Red Dragon Cartel albums. You know. I'm a guy that used to be in Badlands. And Ozzy, of course, which kind of set his career on, well... He was only in Ozzy for like 2 albums. The Ultimate Sin and Bark at the Moon, and then, gone. And then Zach Wild came in, and we all know the history of Zach. I don't know we want to go into that, we all know. But yeah, there's a lot of these, whatever happened to this guy, this woman, this band. You know, that's what they had back in the day. They had, on VH1, they had, what was that name of that show? Bands Reunited, where they reunited Vixen, the original Vixen, not what we have now, which I don't really particularly like. I mean, they had the original drummer, still looks great, by the way, but you don't sound like Vixen, pretty much. You know, then there was a few other bands they reunited, and it was like a one-time thing, and then like, it's great! I still hate you! But they did a show, and everyone's like, yeah, they're back! And then the band's like, it felt good. I still hate you, though. Everyone's like, yeah, let's do a tour! No. Nah, I don't want to go on tour. I'm tired. I don't want to do that shit and, you know, start fights on stage, change addiction, but, you know. That was just a bad show. Bad show. Bad fucking reunion for Jane's Addiction when, Perry started a fight for no apparent reason with Dave Navarro. I mean, what are you doing? I just had a bad day. Then why do the show? You embarrassed yourself, you embarrassed the band, and the fans are like, fuck you. Like, are you on drugs, Mr. Gambini? You know, like, thinking that he was on drugs, he was like, woohoo, out of his mind. I don't know what's going to happen now with Jane's Addiction. I mean, that was like months ago, but they canceled the tour, pretty much canceled their reunion. So what happens? It happens at shows, you know. Sometimes, you know, it starts getting good, and then next thing you know, guys on fucking drugs, and they're like, I'm a wild, crazy guy, you know. Craziness. When Quiet Riot, after Randy Rhoads went to Ozzy, when Quiet Riot got big with their first actual album, you know, with, what was that name? With Metal Health came out, they went to the US Festival, and I think it was 83, 84. They were huge. And then Kevin DuBrow, God rest his mighty soul, opened his big mouth and said, oh, we're better than this band. We're better than that band. We're the greatest band in the world. What happens? Other bands heard that and like, oh, shit. You think you're better than us? Prove it. And then their next couple of albums went down the shitter. Kevin DuBrow's the most hated man in metal. Next thing you know, album sales go bye-bye, fans go bye-bye, and like, I don't want to deal with you. We're not going to listen to this shit. Started breaking records, and well, they didn't have CDs at the time, but records, buy, tours, not selling out. Nobody wants to see them anymore. And then next thing you know, Kevin DuBrow goes into a depressive state, starts doing drugs, and then it just wasn't good. It just isn't good. You could be at the height of your success. You're on the you're on the top, and then next thing you know, you say something stupid in the press. You start doing drugs away from the band, and then some people find out, and then like, you start fights on stage. Some shit happens. You're beating up fans for no apparent reason. I mean, that almost got Randy Blythe, the Lamb of God, in a lot of trouble in Czechoslovakia, I think it was. He was in jail because he threw a fan fucking off the stage and shit. He could have really ruined his life. They could have probably killed the guy in Czechoslovakia. There would be no Lamb of God anymore. Thankfully, that situation, he got off, and, you know, he's rocking out now with Lamb of God, but there's just some people and bands that just, I think fame gets to their heads, and then next thing you know, like they just do stupid stuff, and you're like, what the fuck? He was such a great guy, you know. And then they have like Chester Bennington had like an underlying depression. And what happens with depression? You get all fucked up. I can't handle this anymore. And then, you know, they kill themselves, you know. Like Chris Cornell, that happened to him. Chester, I mean, we all know what happened to Kurt Cobain. The fame got too much for him. Shot his brains out. I still think Courtney did it, but I mean, because there's no way that Kurt Cobain could have done that to himself. I mean, he could, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I have a feeling when he died, and everybody's like, oh, he killed himself. I had like a dark feeling in my gut that Courtney Cox, Courtney Love had something to do with it, because they were fighting at the time. Or they could have been fighting, or they were fighting. Who knows? You know how Courtney was on drugs during that time with a hole and everything, because she was a wild and crazy bitch, but she still is, but. And Hole hasn't had a hit record in God knows how long. Oy, oy, oy. But in any case, you know, it happens. You know, I'm just sad that Bob BRYAR passed away, and I don't know why he passed away. He could have been. I mean, if he's sick, that's one thing. But if he just got up and said, you know what, fuck this, boom, suicide, it sucks. I always say suicide's not the answer, go get some help. But people are like, yeah, I'll go get some help. They go get help for a year or two, and they're all good and they're all good again. They're having fun. They're on tour, and everybody's happy, joy. Next thing you know, boom. I'm like, I thought he was doing good. What happened? And then he leaves like a suicide note. I thought you were doing good. You had a bad day, It's not fun. It's not fun. Suicide is not in my vocabulary. I had moments where I wanted to kill myself at times, but, there's always that little voice in your head. It's like, don't do it. And sometimes you have that angel and the devil on your shoulder. You listen to the devil, and next thing you know, you're not in heaven. Well, you are, but, God doesn't like suicide, so it's not the answer. Because you're leaving behind all your loved ones, all your fans, all this and that. It's just not fun. You want to see, what's coming up next. I mean, I'm almost 48, I want to see where I go into my 50s and maybe my 60s and 70s. I know my parents are not getting any younger, and I got to deal with that in the next 5, 10, maybe 15 years. I don't know. And it's going to hit me hard when they pass away. Especially my mom, because I'm so connected to my mom. I'm not a mama's boy, but still. My mom is like my best friend. It's like the missus, I lose her, forget it. Whether it be breakup or death, it's going to hit me very hard. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Like losing your parents, losing your girlfriend, your boyfriend, it sucks. Losing your friends sucks too. Especially losing a pet. I dealt with that. I mean, it's coming up on the 3-year anniversary. I lost my excuse me. I lost the wrestling cat Zuzu. Just so sad how she passed. But I didn't even know she was in... I kind of knew she was in a lot of pain. And I couldn't do anything about it. Because you know how vet bills are. Fucking 400... Fucking... I think it was like $300 just to bring the cat in and for a fucking blood test. Stupid. Oh, did you get pet insurance? I did, but that costs a lot. And some of the things that I wanted the cat to get wasn't covered by pet insurance. I had to get tests. I had to get shots and everything. And it's like you're going there, just going in there for a checkup is like $100 and $150. I'm like, what? Just to bring the cat in to get looked at? I mean, come on. It's like going to having a pet is very expensive because you gotta get the food. You gotta get accessories and everything for the cat, the dog, the bird, turtle, whatever. It costs a lot of money. So, and then when they get sick, you have to bring them in for their yearly shots or not monthly, but yearly shots. Costs a lot. So you gotta work your ass off just to at least pay for the bill. It's crazy. But it is what it is. I'm not going to go into too much more, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, wanted to give my thoughts about Bob BRYAR, and then it kind of went into a tangent with other deaths and everything, and just random shit. I'm sorry about going 30 minutes, but it is what it is. And that's all I got to say about that. So once again, Bob BRYAR passes away at the age of 44, former drummer of My Chemical Romance. And that's pretty much it. So as I always do on my rest in peace tribute videos, which are not for clout. If I get a lot of views, great. If I don't care. But, as I always do, take a ceremonial toast or whatever I'm drinking. If I don't have anything to drink, I don't. But anyway, so Bob BRYAR, rest in peace, sir. I hope you're banging those skins with your mentor, Neil Peart, up in heaven in that great concert hall in the sky. So, Bob BRYAR, rest in peace, sir. Cheers. And that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, guys, I am out of here. I am going to watch the rest of this garbage-filled Jet game. Jets had a 21-13 lead. Now it's 21-19 with 12 and a half left. And now it's 2nd and 25. Ugh. Jets are this game. And we're a game that the Niners kind of need. They need, like, everybody in the NFC West to lose, and they got to win. 5 games left after, 5 games left after today. Well, 4 games left, I should say, because it's week 13. So, 5 weeks left. Well, I was right the first time. Anyway. Rodgers is just washed up. I'm sorry. 14 for 29, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an into, which turned into a touchdown. I mean, it's still a lot of time in the game, but I mean, Jets had a pretty. They actually had a 24. I think it was 21-6 lead. I mean, I didn't watch the beginning of the game because I was sleeping, so I turned it on. It was 21-13 because they just scored a touchdown. So. See what happens with that. 3rd and 25. I don't think they're going to get anything. They're not even near field goal range. Little dinky doodle pass. So, see if they're going to punt the ball again. Seattle had a couple of special teams miscues. This game is. Everybody thought this game was going to be, not even going to be close. Everybody thought the Jets were going to get their butts handed to them. But right now it's pretty damn close with under 12 to play. And the Seahawks are probably going to get some good field position. Well, possibly. It's down at the 29-30 yard line. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping the Jets can pull it out for the Niners' sake. But if not, looks like the Seahawks are going to go 6-6 at 500. And that tight NFC West. I think whoever wins the West will go to the playoffs. And the others, I don't know if they'll make it. Because it's so bunched up in the wild card right now. So bunched up with the Vikings, the Packers, the Commanders, all the teams in the NFC West. Craziness. There's craziness in the NFL. And it's basically the final month of the season, next to the playoffs, of course. Playoffs are starting in 5 weeks. Maybe 4.5, but... Is that Fireman Ed? Yeah, I think that might be Fireman Ed. I can't think. He's like, praying that the Jets can hold on. They got the Seahawks fans in Jersey. I don't know how you could be a Seahawks fan in Jersey. I just don't understand that. I mean, I'm a Niners fan in New York, but I still root for the Jets once in a while. They got a sack just now on Geno Smith, 3rd down now. That's good. But in any case, let's see what happens with the rest of the games. We got the Ravens and the Eagles coming up at 4:25, and then Sunday Night Football, the 49ers in cold as fuck, snowy Buffalo. Don't even know why this game is even happening because it's snowing like bejesus right now. 12 feet of snow. I don't even know. I'm just hypothetically saying. But it's going to be snowy. It's going to be crappy, cold. It's going to be the Ice Bowl in Buffalo. So, we'll see what happens with that. Jets stopped the Seacocks. So, looks like the Seacocks might be, I don't know what's going on. Might be going for a, field goal? I'm not even in field goal range. I mean, it's 4th and 6. I don't know why, well, they gotta go for it because, I mean, it's 9.5 left and they're going for it, 4th and 6. Oh, they lose this. The Jets are in major field goal range. They're trying to draw them off, of course. Yeah, delay a game. I think it was a delay a game. So. Oh, you dummies! 12 men on the field, 4th and 1 now. Oh, boy. Kind of feels like the Niners last week. They got a guy hurt and the freaking coach like, get down! He messed up his knee. It's like it's like the only way the Jets can lose. It's kind of like the Bears on Thanksgiving when they had a timeout and the guy gets sacked and they don't even call timeout. Next thing you know, they throw the ball incomplete, game over. And then the coach gets fired the same day. Dumb. Matt Eberfluss. And everybody wants the Niners to get him. Right. Sure. Anyway, I'd rather have Robert Saley than a guy that's a so-called defensive coach. Dumb coach. How can you not? The guy gets sacked. You can't. I don't even know if it was second or third. I think it was third down anyway. Could have called a timeout. I think they were in field goal range. Could have kicked the field goal to tie the game. If you make it, great. Go to overtime. You miss. You still lose the game. Well, at least you ended the game. You know, you didn't have to end the game like that. But still. It's just the wacky things that happen in the NFL and the league where they play for pay. That's it. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, rest in peace to Bob BRYAR. And that's it. Alright, I know I went 37 minutes, but you watched it anyway. But that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back later with my Survivor Series War Games review. I might try to get the Collision and Rampage review up as well. Depends how I feel. Depends how, everything. Because I've been so busy and tired. Just my health has been kind of up and down. I promised things and it didn't happen. Hey, pass interference by the Jets. Anyway, but I'm sorry that I don't get the videos up when I say I'm gonna get it up. But I mean, it's life. It happens. So I can't control my body. I can't control my mind. I feel like that great Ramon song. I want to be sedated because I'm overrated and outdated. But in any case, we got that. So I definitely will get the Survivor Series review up tonight. As far as Collision and Rampage, I'm gonna try my best to get it up later after that. But we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, peace.